Today's video is going to be about putting a points breaker plate from Dyna-Flyte, a Dyna-Flyte 880C, into a 41 Cadillac Distributor. The original points breaker plate, they had to be used in thousands and thousands of cars, was kind of a funky design and didn't really work all that well, especially if you didn't set it up just perfect. Here's one of the old plates. It's got the pockets for these little balls. There's 3 ball bearings here, 220 thousandths, that fit into the distributor housing. And here's an old distributor, and you can see right down there one of the balls. The way this thing works is that the vacuum advance is pulling on this plate. The plate has to be able to turn, so it's going to make it counterclockwise rotation a bit. And if these balls are bound up, well, it won't let it turn, and then you got no vacuum advance, the car don't run right. So what I found was that, not knowing, I'd taken it apart and put it back together and then paying attention where these balls went. Well, if the balls are not in the right position in this pocket, they won't move at all. So if this ball is on this end of the pocket and we're pulling this way, it just runs into this and it won't let it turn. Even if it's greased, you can't make it turn. You can take one of these apart and just use just the plate and the balls, put it together and try to make it turn with your hand, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So it's a funky setup, and company made these Dyna-Flyte model 880 plates that replace the stock plate. These plates are a whole different setup. They've got 2 pieces, and the lower piece being the track for all the ball bearings, and there's 60 or so ball bearings down in here that this whole plate rotates on. Well, the plate can't have any slack in it because those ball bearings, it's not going to bounce back and forth, up and down, and it's not going to drag at all when it's moving. This one's a single point setup. They make them in a dual point setup also. This one had a few little problems trying to make it fit. It wouldn't go in there. It was a little tight, so I had to take a file to it around the outside and just smooth it up a bit. And you also have to take this ring out that is what the ball bearings run in to get it in there. The other thing that you run into is that the plate has got threads in it. They're 832 that where it attaches for this screw and this screw, and the body is threaded. This thing's threaded. Well, they weren't threaded at the same time, so you'll run this in here and it won't go into the plate. Well, I just took an 832 tap and opened it up a little bit, and they went into that plate. The other thing is that this screw here on the back side of on the outside of the vacuum advance unit is supposed to also hit that plate, but it doesn't line up by 1/8 of an inch. Why? I don't know. Maybe because this is a 41 and they're supposed to be for a later model. I don't know. Claim they would work. But once this thing is in, the points are supposed to stay set better because the plate's not floating around, and the vacuum advance is supposed to be way smoother and supposed to make them run a lot better. I'm going to find out here in a little bit. But I ran into a couple of problems in this. I couldn't find any information at all on these Dyna-Flytes, looking online, and that's F-L-Y-T-E, Dyna-Flyte, which you can find them on eBay. I bought 2 of them. I got another one coming, a dual point setup. I'm not sure I'm going to run that because it's kind of complicated. Now the proper vacuum advance, I had bought this one after reading the forum. It said that would be a good one, 116036. But I was having trouble with the runner ride, so I decided to go ahead and spend $100 and get this one. This is 116048, and hopefully this is going to make it run better. And you know, everybody raves about these Dyna-Flyte plates, and so I think it's the way to go. If you got one of these old ones, get rid of that ball bearing plate and put one of these in there, and it'll be better. Now, if it doesn't make my car run better, I'll come out with another video on this and complain about it. But she's been running pretty good. I want her to squall the tires when I stomp it, and haven't quite got there yet, but you know, it's running good. So that's what's happening at Parkerville today.